Alrighty, this is the review for position 2, Invoker. Only one shared tango. I think this is a game where Pantless only gives you one tango for some reason. Which doesn't make any sense because he's an ogre. He's got plenty of, regen himself. He doesn't need 5 tangos, so you should give him a second one, but whatever. Alright, let's switch that tango up. There you go. Yay. Okay, so you should have seen that ward right there. So, there, yep, their guy walked right up and warded right there. You need to buy that sentry though, so it is not the support's job to leave their lane in the first minute or something to try and get to this mid-river ward. You know where it is. You get more gold than the sentry's worth when you buy it. So buy the sentry, invest in it. When you deward it, you'll get more than the gold that you spent on the sentry, and you get the experience. So your levels will go up, which as the mid laner is kind of important. There's no reason for you to give all that experience to your support that's going to have to leave their side laner. So you should have a sentry ward queued up right now, and it should be your first purchase on the way out. You should use it to kill his ward probably at the 3rd creep wave. So that's a huge mistake. And you not killing that observer ward by yourself is a big screw up. You're way too far. So that last hit was contestable. The way you played it, it wasn't contestable, but it should have been. You need to move around these trees here. So it's got that kind of in a bad spot for you, but yeah, you're gonna get cut out here, blocked. Interesting. Do you actually have the quasses? No, you don't. That's a replay bug. Okay. I'm wondering if you're actually going to go full quas exort instead of just a value point on exort. That's interesting, using that to secure the range creep. I don't think that was necessary, but it was a good play if you needed it. Yeah, you missed. Okay, 1 instead of just 2 last hits right there. Yeah, trying to contest with him right now is iffy. Good job staying next to the creeps, though. Remove the effect of the alone thing, whatever the fuck that's called. The alone shit. Flux. Yeah, you really should have killed this this observer ward, though, on this other side here. Not killing that observer ward is a waste. No one has time to get there. You need to kill it to deny Arc Warden uphill vision onto you back here. So he has to basically throw a Spark Wraith to get that kind of vision. Yeah, let him over deny those and over push the creeps. You should switch back to healing. Yeah. You let that. So you're not going for Quas Wex. You are going Quas Exort, which is interesting. I would have considered just doing the value point in Exort for your Forge Spirit to get away from the damn Spark Wraiths, and then used Quas Wex. The rest of your team is going to benefit more from that, I think. But I don't know why you totally walked away here. I'm not sure what's going on. So maybe you're just scared that he's going to throw Spark Wraiths all over you if you stand anywhere in lane, but you were nowhere near any sort of activity at all for that. Couldn't deny, couldn't try and last hit anything. I don't think you missed any last hits, but you definitely missed deny attempts. Taking the range creep while he's gone is a good play. Okay, you should still get these denies. Good stuff. Okay. Wonder if you're just going to save the Forge Spirit to only use when he throws Spark Wraiths. That would be a shame. You need to switch the sentry up. Oh, it's an observer. Okay, what the fuck? So you bought a second observer ward, but you never bought the sentry, even though you know exactly where his observer ward is. That makes absolutely no sense to me. You need to have bought a sentry and killed that. And then if you do want to get a second observer for when this one times out, that's perfectly fine. But not while he has vision on your side here. Because he can see your top of the stairs because of that ward. And you know it because you're the one that pinged it. So this makes absolutely no sense to me in game. And I remember them discussing it in game about which support was going to go get it. It should have been you just taking it out all by yourself. You need to deny that. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, easy last hit. So you are last hitting him really nicely. Was that 22 to? Oh, he's got more, good bit more denies, but 22 to 19. Now 20, but yeah, still. It's interesting. You're not using any mana at all. You're basically just holding, waiting for him to need to try and dump Spark Wraiths on you so that you can throw your counter combo, which is an unfortunate way of playing. That was a nice deny. That was well done. Yeah, you're definitely outplaying him in lane a little bit. Other than the ward. The ward you have definitely screwed up. And you're still holding this other observer ward, so wherever you drop that, he's going to see it, and you know that. Okay, try to go for that, which is fine. Yeah, 28 to 27. You're falling behind a little bit in denies. So he shouldn't be 6 yet, no. So you still got time. Okay. Yeah, you missed their attempt deny at that because you were checking the map. So I guess you're trying to get Sunstrikes or something, but... What is this? You have Ice Wall now? Okay. Oh, if you put this... Oh, wow. You planted your Observer Ward right on top of where his Observer Ward is. That makes no sense at all. So now I don't think you even know that his ward is right here. But that makes no sense because you saw him move up. You pinged him moving up here. The supports came and said, oh, the observer's here. And I remember hearing them discussing game. And you planted an observer ward on top of a live observer ward. And you know yours was live because your previous one just died. And he planted his after you had already ran halfway back to your base. So this one's still got a couple seconds on it. And it basically got to see where you're planting this for no reason. So now he knows which side of the runes you can spot. And that's just bad all the way around. And you're never going to get this observer ward. That one expired without anyone getting the golden experience for that. That's a huge screw up. That was you getting an extra level on the Arc Warden. And yeah, I don't know why that worked out so poorly. That makes no sense. You must not have realized he planted it and not listened to any of the team chatter over voice comms in the early part of the game. That's the only explanation for that, because you should have figured that out. Alright, it's good that you got the Spark Wraith, but... good block, but what are you blocking for, really? Nice, good deny. Yeah, that was a wonky ice path. I don't know how that was supposed to work. Yeah, that's not going to land well. I really think you should have gone Quas Wex, because the Spark Wraith is going to die every time he... Or the Forge Spirit is going to die to the Spark Wraith every time. It basically gets you out of one. You can't constantly expect to be able to throw out Forge Spirits as fast as he throws out Spark Wraiths. So I think your game plan there was Quas Wex. And Exort is not looking good. Yep, and the Clockwork kills your Observer because you didn't listen to team comms and you didn't know where your stuff was. Alright, Meatball, you see you gotta protect the range creep. If you're gonna Meatball the wave like that, you have to pre-hit the range creep so that it dies quickly enough. Now you're falling behind. He's gonna jungle a little bit faster than you are, and he's getting more creeps. The Clockwork didn't sap that much experience because he got 6 before you anyway. So you had a great early game, and you threw it away because of the ward. I think because you went Exort instead of Wex, and that weird fight where you basically stayed there and threw an empty ice path onto nothing. That didn't make any sense to me. If you were Wex, you could have just Invis walked out. The Spark Wraith still proc on you for Invis, but at least he's not going to be able to hit you and find you. He's got to guess at where he's throwing them. You could have just stood there passively, really, the next wave. you're counting on your summons too much, and so you're not using any of your mana for harassment, and then you're not able to use mana burn and get any of that mana back because you're Exort. If you were Wex, you'd just be mana burning him constantly, and he wouldn't have the mana to Spark Wraith you, and you would be stealing all the mana from him and his double. So this is... I think that'd be such a great spot for a Tornado EMP right there. Instead, you're just trying to nuke the waves to steal a couple less hits. But yeah, you're falling way behind now. You had a comfortable lead, and now you have a massive deficit. So you have basically lost the laning stage because of those choices. Invoker should do better than or better against Arc Warden than this. I don't think it's a heavily one-sided matchup. I think Invoker does fine, but not Exort Invoker, not like this. Not giving up the free ward, really. Yeah, it would have been a nice spot for a Sunstrike. Instead of Avenge getting that kill, but whatever. Keep trying to put wards here. Clockwork, what are you doing? That is the third, or that is the second terrible ward you've placed this game. So Clockwork came up here and dewarded, so Clockwork still has this area fucking sentryed. That is absolutely crazy. You just put that on there. Okay. I mean, it's basically lucky that he didn't leave another observer with it, because he should know that you're not buying sentries, and that would have been a perfect spot. But that was an extremely poor ward spot, because Clockwork could have very easily left an observer with that sentry and killed another one of your wards right there. And if you need a sentry, tell the position 5 to drop a sentry in the fountain, and your courier can pick it up for you. Those are things you have to communicate. Now you have a sentry. I don't know where the hell you're going to put it now. This makes no sense to me. Okay, I think you get in this fight and it works out well. I think you trade the Venge for the Lich. That was an excellent disable. Good catch. That was a good Ice Wall. Unfortunately, the other one was not, but... Oh, that's right. You guys missed this. Yeah, you don't have another spell. You're not... So that was a mistake there. You kept trying to go back for Exort spells. You completely ignored your Wex-based spells. And that was a really short distance, so that would have been like a full distance or a tornado for you. But you tried to continue to go for the same couple spells, even though you have a value point in Wex, which opens up your entire repertoire of spells. So that's really a shame. You had Deafening Blast. Can I check all the cooldowns? I cannot. But the tornado would have been minimum distance, so 800. But still, this is 800 units. That's well below 800 units. You can easily tornado this Ursa here, and basically tornado Wex him. Or tornado EMP, and that gives you enough time for the Cold Snap to come back down, or the Meatball or whatever. But you tried to go for another Exort-based spell instead. What the hell? These orbs are all boogered up. Okay, you have Cold Snap, that's good. So pop the Cold Snap, fine. You should be prepping for a tornado right here. I don't know why there's no tornado prepped. Ice Wall's on cooldown, it's going to be a long time. Long time for Cold Snap. And I think you go for another Exort base. Yeah, you go for the Meteor, which is a shame. Yeah, you needed more control there. He's going to get way out of range for the Meteor. Yeah, and you throw the Meteor onto nothing. So that's a shame. That Meteor should have been a tornado. If that Meteor was a tornado, then his Rage ends over here, and then you probably get a kill with the Tidehunter Ravage. So you have to be ready to go for a fresh spell instead of the Meatball that you previously used and is still on cooldown. And maybe you figured the Tornado wasn't on cooldown, or the Meatball wasn't on cooldown anymore, but still, you had no way of keeping him in the Meatball because the fucking Ravage was so late, but that's not really your fault either. I talked about that on the Tidehunter replay. That was close, a little early, but it was a good attempt. Your net worth is Dragon. Okay, so you do So you do kill his observer ward, but he's already killed off your ward that you put down there for nothing. So your extremely late sentry costs you 2 free observers. And at 11 minutes in the game, you can't have wasted 2 observers on the team for mid and then not even have them live for a full duration. You basically fed 2 of your team's 4 observers in this game so far. Okay, maybe they're faster than that, but whatever it comes out to. It might actually only be four observers at this point. You should have stayed and denied that range creep. That was a mistake. You just walked around here, so you basically did a little walk, and then arc ward, you got a free deny on the range creep for nothing. You could have even set the Forge Spirit to do that for you. There's no reason for you to be the one to do it. What is your Forge Spirit doing? Do you really think it's going to jungle a small camp? I don't think that works. I don't think he is strong enough to do that. No. Yeah, it's nice that you're watching. Pay attention. Midas. Okay. Midas in this game does not sound good at all. I don't think the game's going to last nearly long enough. This was a fantastic Omni Slash, so that worked out really well for you guys. Because I remember he gets a 3rd kill here in a second, I think. But really, this is not a Midas game. You have to adjust your build. You have to be going Quas Wex and then Spirit Vessel or something like that. Even if not Spirit Vessel, it should be Quas Wex Blink or something more active. You do not have anywhere near enough time. You're just standing there like you've just consigned yourself to death or something. Why stay and fight? This is a little late because the Invis doesn't protect you from the sparks. But you definitely stayed there and traded with him for far too long. You didn't have that fight. But yeah, this looks like the end of your laning stage. I would say the skill build is something I disagree with, and the itemization for Midas is a concern. I don't think you guys have the late game. I don't think you should try to play for the late game here. And then the ward game is terrible. Like, I have no idea what was going on with those observer wards, but that was weird. I haven't seen you do something weird like that, like, ever. Alright, we're going to move to P1.